everybody. Welcome to our yoga at home class. My name is Albert Garcia. If it's the first time that you're joining with me. And the practice of today, we're going to be working on giving a little bit more space to our spine. How do we work the chest opening as well as giving ourselves some back bending to warm up all the little muscles of the back. And hopefully you have yourself a little bit of space around your mat in case we need to step a little bit further out. Making sure that if you have any injuries or if you have any pain, that you always take it a little bit easier. There is no need to do all the way. So if at any point you feel that you need to slow down or maybe take a rest, you can always go to a child pose or just take a moment of sit to catch together and to move as mindfully as possible. For the practice of today, there are not really props needed, but if you want to have next to you a block, that's always going to help in case you need to have a little bit more balance, or as well you're going to have a chair in case you need a little bit more support. Let's get ready to start. I like to start seated on a block so that we have a little bit more support and lifting the hips a little bit more off the ground. You can choose to cross your legs. Perhaps you want to stay seated on your heels. That's totally fine. And just take a moment to slowly close your eyes. A moment to center yourself and feel yourself. Check that both sit bones are equally grounded towards the ground. Imagine that there is a string going from the sit bones all the way up towards the crown of the head. And from the crown of the head, that string is pulling you a little bit higher, giving more space to your spine, to your chest. Perhaps you can soften a little bit more the muscles of your face, your jaw, relax your shoulders, your arms, all your upper body. Noticing your breath. Check how are your inhales and how are your exhales. If there is any difference between them, maybe in length, taking this moment to bring an intention for your practice. When we work with chest opening or back opening, allowing our heart to expand a little bit further. So perhaps the intention of today can be about abundance, maybe kindness, compassion, self-love. Once you have your intention, give it a beautiful smile. And smile to yourself, to your whole body, All together, taking a deep inhale through the nose. And a big exhale through the mouth. And two more times. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out. One last time. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale out. Towards the front. Look a little bit further to the sky. Tug the tailbone around your spine. Bring the chin to the chest. Inhaling, come to the front, open your chest. It's like a seated cat-cow. Exhaling, tug the tailbone around your spine. And feel the stretch through your upper back between your shoulders. Inhaling, opening up. One last time. Exhaling, tug the tailbone. Allow yourself to hang onto your knees. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Reach with the arms up towards the sky. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms up. You're going to take a deep inhale. Lift the shoulders up towards your ears. Press the palms towards the sky. And exhaling, rotate the shoulders down and bend a little bit your elbows. One more time. Inhaling, press up high. Try to lengthen the sides of the body as well. Exhaling, slowly melt the shoulders down. One more time. Inhaling, pressing up. Exhaling, slowly rotate the shoulders down. Gently lower the right hand down towards the right side. Reach with the left fingertips a little bit further. And if you are very flexible, maybe you want to lower your elbow to the ground, making sure that the left sit bone is still grounding, giving more distance between your hips and your left fingers. If you prefer, maybe making a big circle with your left hand. And on the next inhale, coming all the way back up to the center, changing sides. Left hand goes towards the left side, right arm all the way up. Maybe you want to lower the left elbow. Maybe you feel that one side is a little bit tighter than the other. So always adjust your body. There is no need to push. Maybe you want to make a circle. Now on the next inhale, coming all the way back up to the center, we're going to take a moment to bring the hands in front of the heart. Bring the elbows together, your forearms together, and interlace your fingers. And give yourself a few rotations around your wrists, giving them a little warm-up. And going to the other side, change direction. And separate your hands, give yourself a little shake. We're going to meet onto a tabletop position, so you can give yourself a little push, coming onto that tabletop, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, starting to move a little bit further. Let the belly drop down, inhaling, open the chest for a big cow. Exhaling, chug the tailbone, round the spine one bone at a time for a big cat. Let the belly drop. Inhaling, looking for a big cow. Exhaling, tug the tailbone, press the navel in for a big cat. One more time, let the belly drop. Inhale, open for a big cow. And exhaling, tug the tailbone, press the navel in, maybe your nose closer towards your belly. Come back to the center. And then from here, we're going to start by walking the right arm all the way towards the front. And you can bring the left forearm across parallel to the line of your shoulders and allow your chest to come a little bit further down, giving yourself a big opening here to the whole right side of the body, giving a little bit more space to your right armpit. Maybe you want to rest your head onto your left forearm or to the ground. See if you can take a deeper breath. And slowly bring the right hand in front of your face, changing sides, lifting up for a moment. We're going to bring the right forearm across and gently lengthen the left arm front. Notice if there is any difference between the right and the left. And see if you can really allow your upper back to soften, to melt, giving space to your shoulders. Start to make some circles around your wrist. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Choose one direction and try to ground all your fingertips into the mat. Careful with the weight that you give. And slowly changing directions. Coming back to the center, we're going to tuck the toes, bring the sit bones back and up, building the first downward dog of the practice. Take a moment here to maybe walk your dog a little bit side to side, so you can relax your neck. And always feel free to adjust your hands if you need any modification. One more breath. And slowly start walking the feet towards your hands, one bit at a time. Placing the toes behind your wrist, bend your knees a tiny bit, take hold of the opposite elbows. Perhaps you stay still here or allow yourself to rock a little bit side to side. And feel how gravity helps you lengthen the spine. Relax your neck. And slowly release your hands, bend the knees deeper, tuck the tailbone and start rolling up your spine all the way up to stand. Let your head be heavy until the end. Reach with the arms up towards the sky. Deep inhale. On the exhale, reach with the fingertips towards the front. Try to reach a little bit further and fold forward. Directly bend the knees, tuck the tailbone 2 more times, rolling up the spine one bit at a time. Reaching with the arms up high. Exhaling, reach with the fingertips towards the front. Allow yourself to melt and lean a bit further. One last time. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, rolling up the spine. Really reaching all the way up high. And then directly bring the hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Rotate the shoulders. Open up your chest. Expand a little bit further. And exhaling, slowly fold forward and allow your fists to come all the way above your head. There is no need to push. If you feel that you need a little bit more support, bend your knees. Still giving space between your shoulders and your ears. One more breath. And slowly in the next inhale, coming all the way back to stand, reach with the arms up towards the sky, take a deep inhale, and exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana, going a little bit further. Inhaling, lengthen the spine halfway, maybe you want to bring your hands to your shins. Exhaling, step or jump back, Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin to the mat, your own choice. Inhaling, upward dog or low cobra. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Taking 3 long breaths here. Allow yourself to feel your dog. If you notice that your lower back is rounding, maybe you want to bend a little bit your knees and try to bring your chest closer towards your thighs. Lengthen your neck. On your next inhale, bend the knees in between the hands, step or jump to the front, and exhaling, fold forward. Inhaling, lifting all the way up towards the sky. And one more time, exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Directly reach with the right toes up towards the sky, taking a deep inhale. Exhaling, bring the right knee towards the nose and stay here in this high plank for a moment. Don't let your shoulders sink. Try to press the space between your shoulders towards the sky. One more breath. And stepping the right foot between the hands, lower the left knee down to the mat, low lunge. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. And try to keep your hips facing towards the front. Right knee more or less on top of your right ankle. One more breath. Relax your shoulders down your back. And from here, you're going to keep the right hand under your right thigh and reach with the left arm up towards the sky. And see if you can reach a little bit further towards the right side, giving a big opening through the whole left side of the body. Maybe you feel that stretch through your hip also a little bit more intense. One more breath. On your next inhale, coming back to the center, reach with the arms up high. Exhaling, lower the elbows and expand your chest. Inhaling, lift the arms up high. Exhaling, lower the elbows, expand a little bit further. One more deep inhale. Exhaling, lower the elbows, expand your chest. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, bring the hands down to the mat, step back to plank. Deep inhale onto that plank. And exhaling, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the whole body down to the mat. Untug your toes, rotate the shoulders. Inhaling for a low cobra. In this low cobra, make sure that the top of your feet are pressing into the mat, lifting your knees. Squeeze your glutes a tiny bit more. Protect your lower back. One more breath. And slowly fold forward, tug your toes. Inhaling, bring the hips back. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale out. Going to the other side, reach with the left toes up towards the sky. Exhaling, bring the left knee towards your nose, coming into that high plank. Two more breaths here. Try to press a little bit higher. Re-engage your core. And stepping the left foot between your hands, lower the right knee down to the mat. Lifting the arms up high. Exhaling the hands onto your thigh. Allow shoulders to be on top of your hips. Deeper inhale. And slowly see if you can melt a little bit further down your hips. We're going to keep the left hand on top of the left thigh. And reach with the right arm up. Try to reach with the right fingertips over to the left. Give a big stretch to the whole right side of the body. On the next inhale, come back to the center. Reach with the left arm up as well. Exhaling, lower the elbows, expand your chest. Make sure that your abdomen is engaged. Inhaling, lift up. Exhaling, slowly lower. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale lower. Inhaling up. Exhaling, bring the hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Hold this plank for a moment. And on your next exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the knees, untug your toes, rotate the shoulders, inhaling, lifting for a low cobra. If you feel that there is any pain on your lower back, maybe open your legs a little bit more away from each other. Elbows squeezing towards your rib cage, opening your chest, your collarbones. And slowly releasing down, tuck your toes, inhaling, press the hips back. Exhaling, downward facing dog. One deep inhale. And one deep exhale. Bend your knees between the hands. Step or jump to the front. And exhaling, fold forward. Inhaling, lifting all the way up towards the sky. Exhaling, Samasthiti position. Going through a few variations of Sun Salutation B. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhaling, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Reaching with the right nose up, deep inhale. And between your hands, lower the left heel down to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, reach with the arms up high. Exhaling, bring the hands directly all the way behind, interlace your fingers. Take a moment to check that your hips are facing equally to the front, rightly pointing all the way with your toes towards the front. If you feel comfortable, maybe you want to open a little bit more your chest, take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, fold forward for a humble warrior. Your choice. If you go all the way down, make sure that both shoulders are equally level to the ground. Don't fall towards one side. On your next inhale, coming back to the center, reach with the arms up towards the sky. Exhaling, bring the hands down to the mat, step back to plank. Deep in. Exhaling, lower Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale out. Left toes lifting all the way up high. Exhale, bring the left knee towards the nose. Hold for one breath. Deep in. And step the left foot between the hands. Right foot goes down, 45-degree angle. Reach with the arms up towards the sky. Rotate the shoulders down. Bring the hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers the other way around. If you remember, open up your chest. Secure your warrior. And if you want to go a little bit further, reaching from the crown of the head, fold forward for a humble warrior. If you are there, try to relax your neck, look towards your back heel. One more breath. On your next inhale, coming all the way back up to the center, reach with the arms up high. Exhaling, bring the hands down to the mat, step back to plank. Deep in, and exhale over Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog, and exhaling, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. And feel free whenever you need to take a child pose. Maybe you want to skip a vinyasa every once in a while, or do an extra push-up. Always up to you. On your next inhale, bend the knees in between the hands, step or jump to the front, and exhaling, fold forward. Bend the knees, start the tailbone, Utkatasana chair pose, lengthening all the way, Samasthiti. Going one more round, bend the knees, start the tailbone, Utkatasana. Exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, step, jump back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Right toes reaching up. Exhale, right towards the nose. Hold for one breath. Step the right foot between the hands. Left heel goes down to the mat. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, bring the hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Rotate the shoulders. Prepare for a moment here. We're going to go to an extra challenge. You either stay here or perhaps bring the weight towards the front. Reach from the crown of the head and allow yourself to come in this variation of Warrior 3. Leave the left leg up. If you need, you can bend a little bit more your right knee. If you wiggle, try to engage a little bit more your core. And slowly with control, lower the left foot down to the mat. Inhale, reaching the arms up high. Exhaling, bring the hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Deep inhale. Exhaling, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the chin. Untap your toes, rotate the shoulders. Inhaling for a low cobra. Adjust your cobra if you want to go further. Maybe you want to lift your hands off the mat. but make sure that your hips are grounding, your feet are grounding. One more breath. And slowly releasing down toward your toes. Up. Exhaling, bring the left leg for a moment. And set the left foot between the hands, right heel down to the mat, 45 degrees. Inhale up. Exhale directly, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, open up your chest. You might stay here or directly reach with the crown of the head towards the front. Swing the weight towards your left foot and lift the right heel up. One long line from the back heel to the crown of the head. Still try to keep your hips equally facing down. And with control, lowering the right foot down to the mat. Inhaling, reach the arms up. Exhaling, bring the hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Deep inhale. And exhaling, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the chin. Untug your toes, rotate the shoulders. Inhaling for low cobra. If you want to adjust your cobra, maybe you want to go further, lift your hands, but still squeeze the elbows towards each other, lengthen your neck. One more breath. And slowly release, untug your toes, inhaling, press the hips back. Exhaling, downward facing dog. One deep inhale here. And a big exhale out. Bend the knees to between the hands. Step or jump to the front. And exhaling, fold forward. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. Utkatasana, chair pose. Lengthening all the way, Samasthiti position. Now from here, you're going to open the feet hip distance apart. Bring the hands onto your hips. Open up your chest. Take a deep inhale. And exhaling, fold forward. If you want, keeping your hands onto your hips. Trying to press the elbows towards each other. If you want to go further, maybe bring the hands down. You can grab your big toes. Or if you want to go even further, maybe bring the palms underneath your feet. Allow yourself to melt here for a moment. Lengthen your back. One more breath. On your next inhale, lengthen the spine. If your hands are down, bring the hands towards your hips. And all together on the next inhale from the crown of the head, reaching all the way back to stand. Going to our long sequence. Feet together. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhaling, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, step with your back. Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Reach with the right nose up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the right knee towards the nose. Step the right foot between the hands. Left heel down, 45-degree angle. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, bring the hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Now all together, let's try open up your chest. And exhaling, reach towards the front with the crown of the head. And try to come into that warrior three. One more deep breath here. See if you can reach even further. Lift the left heel a little bit higher. With control, lowering the left foot all the way down to the mat. And try to open the left foot parallel to the short side. If you need to adjust a little bit more your legs, open the arms out to the side, warrior two. Expanding your hips, all your upper body. Try to reach with your arms towards opposite directions. One more breath. I'm going to reach with the right hand towards the front, deep inhale. And exhale, reverse the warrior. Give yourself a big stretch. Try not to press onto your back knees. If you can reach even further, maybe even lift your left hand. So you really have to engage the sides of the body and your core. One more breath. On the next inhale, come back to the center directly, rolling the hands down to the mat, close your hips, step back to plank. Deep inhale, and exhale 20 centimeters in front of your shoulders. Inhaling, rolling up the spine. And exhaling with control, slowly soften down. Use your hands. Inhaling, lifting up. Still, your legs are engaged, your glutes are engaged. And exhaling, rolling down. One last time. Inhaling, roll. And slowly releasing down. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Pressing the hips onto your heels. Take a moment for a child pose. Allow your spine to lengthen, to release. If you want, you can bring the hands next to your feet. That's also fine. And gently come back into that tabletop position. Tuck your toes, bring the hips back. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Going to the other side. Left toes reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling, bring the left knee towards the nose. And step the left in between the hands, right heel down to the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhaling, bring the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Open up your chest. Deep inhale. And exhaling, reach with the crown of the head towards the front. See if you can swing the weight and lift the right heel. Warrior 3. If you wiggle, enjoy that wiggle. See if you can adjust it, engaging more your core. Maybe bend a little bit your left knee. One more breath. And slowly with control, lower the right foot down to the mat. Open the right foot parallel to the short side of the mat. Left knee bending, reaching towards the front. Warrior 2. Open up your shoulders, spreading towards the side. Take a deep inhale. And exhaling, lower a little bit deeper down. One more breath. And a little bit deeper down. Reach with the left fingertips towards the front. And exhale, reverse the warrior. Again, try not to press into your back knee. Reach a little bit further away. On your next inhale, come back to the center, rolling the hands down to the mat, step back to plank. Deep inhale, and exhaling, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the chin, untuck your toes, hands in front of your shoulders. If you want a little bit more intense, you can bring the hands closer to your shoulders. Inhale, lifting up your spine. Exhaling, slowly rolling down. Take care of your shoulders and your neck. 2 more times. Inhaling, rolling up. Exhaling, slowly down. One last time. Inhaling, rolling up. And exhaling, rolling down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing the hips back. Take a moment for a child pose. And in this child pose, we're going to walk the hands a little bit towards the right side. Give yourself a big stretch to the whole left side of the body. Allow your head to rest onto the mat. And slowly walking the hands towards the center and all the way towards the left. Give a big stretch to the whole right side of the body. Slowly walk the hands towards the center. Allowing yourself to come back into that tabletop position. Tuck your toes and bring the hips back and up for a downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and a big exhale. Bend the knees, start the tailbone, look between your hands, step or jump to the front, and exhaling, fall forward. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Lengthening all the way, Samasthiti position. Perhaps a big exhale. One more time. Deep inhale. And a big exhale out. Going to the other half of this sequence. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhaling, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Reach with the right arms up towards the sky. Exhaling, bring the right knee towards the nose. Step the right foot between your hands. Left heel down to the mat. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale directly, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Try to lengthen from the crown of the head. And slowly swing the weight towards the front, coming onto that warrior 3. If you get tired, you can always skip your warriors. One more breath. And slowly lower the left foot down to the mat, parallel to the short side, opening the arms for warrior 2. Expanding your chest, reaching towards the front. On your next inhale, expand even further, and exhale, reverse the warrior. If you feel your neck is in tension, you can always look down towards your back foot. Inhaling, come back to the center. Now from, you're gonna lengthen the right knee up, reach with the right hand to the front, and exhaling, opening for Utthita Trikonasana. If you feel there is too much tension on your right knee, you can give it a little bend, or perhaps you could use a block to have a little bit more support. On your next inhale, coming all the way back up to the center. Exhale, reverse the triangle. Inhaling center, closing the right toes to look towards the left toes. Hands towards your hips, open your shoulders, your collarbones. And exhaling, fold forward for Prasarita Padottanasana. If you want, bring the hands down to the mat. Maybe walk the hands a little bit further back. If you feel tension around your back, the legs, bend your knees. On your next inhale, hands back to your hips, reaching from the crown of your head, come back to the center. Open the toes towards the outside corners of the mat. Bend the knees for a big goddess position. Opening up your arms into a 90-degree angle. And here make sure that your sit bones are not falling out. You want to try to tuck the tailbone and sit bones draw a line towards the ground. Keep your shoulders above your hips. Expand your chest. Inhaling, lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms towards the outside corners up high, and lift your heels off the mat, really engaging your quads, lifting up your kneecaps. One more breath. And slowly lower the heels down, close the left toes, open the right toes to the front, bend the right knee, warrior 2, take a deep inhale. And exhaling, rolling the hands down to the mat, step back to plank. Deep inhale into this plank. And exhale over Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Directly from here, reach with the right toes up towards the sky. Open your hips. And slowly bend the right knee. Allow your right hip to hang a little bit further back. You can choose to stay here, or perhaps bring the right foot all the way down to the ground. First, I like to bring one hand onto the chest to have the guidance of which part of the body needs to expand up high first. Then lift your hips, and then with your chest, try to press over your right hand. And once you feel that you are at your maximum, maybe 2 more breaths. And slowly bring the right hand down towards the mat. Reach with the right nose up towards the sky. Deep inhale. And exhaling, lowering the right foot down. Bend the knees in between the hands. Step or jump to the front. And exhaling, fold forward. Bend the knees up, the tailbone, Utkatasana, chair pose. Lengthening all the way, Savasana, going to the other side. Bend the knees up, the tailbone, Utkatasana. Exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhaling up. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Lift the left toes up directly. Exhaling, bring the left knee towards your nose. Come into that high plank. Set the left foot between the hands. Right heel goes down, 45-degree angle. Reaching the arms up above your hips. Bring the hands behind, interlace the fingers. Rotate the shoulders, open your chest. Exhaling, reach towards the front. And then gently swing the weight towards your left foot. See if you can lift the right heel up. Our last balance here. You should really be feeling your legs. With control, lowering the right foot down, opening the right foot parallel to the short side of the mat. Expand your arms for warrior two. Deep inhale, lowering a little bit further down. One more breath. And a little bit further down. On your next inhale, reach towards the front. And exhale, reverse the warrior. If you want, look down towards your back foot. And give yourself a smile. We're almost there. Inhaling, come back to the center. Lengthening the left knee first. Reach with the left hand to the front. And exhaling, opening for Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, try to keep the right hand above your right shoulder. Make sure you're grounding both feet. One more breath. On the next inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, reverse the triangle. Inhaling center. Close the left toes to look towards the right toes. This time, bring the hands behind and just hold your opposite elbows. Open your chest. And a little bit easier, gently fold forward. Allow yourself to hang here for a moment. Lengthen your back. If you need, bend a little bit your knees. On your next inhale, coming all the way back up to the center. Open the toes towards the outside corners of the mat. Bend the knees. Goddess position. Expanding your arms and chest into that 90-degree angle. Imagine that you want to open up your heart. And slowly lengthen your legs. Reach with the arms towards the outside corners. Lift your heels. Try not to fall toward your small toe, but you want to keep pressing towards the big toe to keep that firm grounding through your legs. One more breath. And slowly lower the heels down, close the right toes, open the left toes to the front, bend the left knee, warrior two. Just one deep breath here. And so a little bit further down, rolling the hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Deep inhale. And exhale, Chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog. And exhaling downward facing dog. Left toes reaching up towards the sky. Lift even higher. Open your hips. Bend the left knee. Maybe you want to stay here, or perhaps allow the left foot time, open the hips, and then open. Once you reach your limit, expand over the front for wild thing. One more breath. And slowly reach with the left hand down towards the mat. And grounding ourselves, taking a deep inhale. And exhale out. Lower the knees down to the mat. Cross your legs or swing your legs to the side and coming back to sit. In the sit, you're going to lengthen the legs. If you feel that you're rounding your lower back or you're falling backwards, you can always bend a little bit your knees and help you to ground your sit bones and tuck and lengthen your lower back. Now inhaling, reach with the arms up high. And exhaling, fold forward, perhaps holding the soles of your feet, maybe your toes, perhaps your ankles. If you want, bend your knees and hug yourself under. Give yourself deep inhales and a deep exhale out. Inhaling, coming all the way back up to the center. Bring the hands about 20 centimeters behind the back. If you don't know where that is, bring one hand to your hip, lower your elbow, and then we swap the elbow for the hand, the same to the other side. Bend the knees, open the knees, hip distance apart, lift your hips up high, but still keep looking towards your knees. And we want to try to lift the hips so high up that we don't see the knees anymore. In this moment here, try to open up as well your chest, your collarbones. Press with the hands into the mat. One more breath. And with control, slowly bring the hips towards your heels, coming a little bit further to the front and lower the hips all the way down to the mat. Now bend the elbows a little bit more. And that's going to increase a little bit the stretch to the front of your shoulder. If you feel that this is not enough, maybe you want to walk the hands a little bit further back. But don't let the elbows fall out to the side. Try to keep them parallel to each other, pointing to the back. One more breath here. And slowly lengthening up the back, lengthen your legs, come back to sit. Reach with the arms parallel to your legs. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling, tuck the tailbone under. Roll until the lower back is touching down to the mat. Take a deep inhale, look towards your toes. And a big exhale out. On your next inhale, reaching toward the front, coming all the way up to sit. Exhaling slowly, tuck the tailbone under, rolling up. One more breath here. One last time, inhaling, lifting up. From your lower abdomen, tuck the tailbone, slowly roll down. One more breath, open your shoulders and collarbones. And slowly release all the way down. Bend your knees, bring the heels behind the sit bones, hands down to the mat. Inhaling, lifting for low bridge. If you want to go further, interlace your fingers, maybe walk your shoulders underneath. Give yourself a little bit more space. With control, slowly release your hands and roll the spine all the way down towards the mat. We're going to go for our last beat. Bring the knees towards your chest. Give them a little hug here. And perhaps you want to walk a little bit side to side. We're going to repeat this bridge. If you feel that your spine is very warm and you want to go to the full wheel, go ahead. We will start all together the same way. Bring the hands down to the mat, grounding soles and feet. Inhaling, lift the hips up. You can choose to interlace the hands behind your back. Bring the hands just next to your ears, behind your shoulders, and pressing down to the mat. Hips up high. Make sure that your neck is relaxed. Make sure that your knees are not falling to the side. Still keep the base grounded. One more breath. And slowly lowering down if you're in a full wheel. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Roll the crown of your head, then your neck, shoulders, back. All together, bring the knees towards the chest. Give yourself another hug. Maybe a little wiggle side to side. And holding the knees with the right hand, allow your knees to melt towards the right. And there is no need to push or press now, just allow your own weight to give the stretch. Maybe you want to open the left arm to the height of your left shoulder. Look towards the left if that's comfortable for you. Or if you wish, close your eyes. Just take a moment to release your breath. With the help of your right hand, bring the knees back up to the center. And changing sides, the knees with the left hand all the way towards the left. Maybe the right arm to the height of your right shoulder. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And slowly help your knees to come back to the center. If you want, give yourself one last hug, maybe a little wiggle. And allow your legs to lengthen all the way down the mat. About my distance apart, give space between your arms, between your armpits. Close your eyes and feel your Shavasana. The moment to surrender and to feel how the practice changed your body, changed your mind. I encourage you to pause the video here and take as long as you need for your Shavasana. If you have to keep going with your day, gently waking up together, start to wiggle your fingers, wake up your hands, wake up your toes, your feet. You may want to take a big stretch or perhaps give your body soft. When you're ready, bringing yourself towards the right side into a little ball. Take a moment to connect back to your body, to feel the space that you're in. And with the help of your hands, bringing your body back to sit. Perhaps you want to sit onto a block to give yourself a little bit more support. Once you find your comfortable seat, close your eyes and take a moment to feel your spine, feel your chest. And if you notice any tensions around your face, or maybe the upper body, give them a little release. Soften your legs. If you had an intention for your practice, bring that intention back to your heart and give it a beautiful smile. All together, taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Bringing the hands in front of your chest into a prayer position if it's part of your practice. Bow the chin to the chest, show gratitude for who you are, for how you are. And remembering that each and one of us is unique and special. Thank you all for joining this practice. Hope you feel a little bit more open and you feel a little bit more space. And looking forward to see you in our next class. Namaste.